Hello, my name is Ted Robbins, and I'd like to welcome everyone here today to our total social media presentation. And what we're going to do during this webinar today is we're going to talk about if I'm an overall reseller and being able to strategize on how I can prep for individual accounts and utilize our application to be able to show off individual demos, what an individual person's site might look like, and how you can accomplish that by using actual accounts that are live that you can send your overall accounts that your prospects would want to be able to take a look at. So it's going to be a real exciting webinar today, and where we're going to start is by actually going into the overall application that we have here today. If you look at the overall application here for Total Social Media, I'm just going to go into any general category that I've got here. And some really great things, and we went over on this specific webinar at different times, different things that you can do as far as an advantage when you're dealing with customers. One of them happens to be our share feature. It's very, very unique when you go to an overall client. You're able to share them information, and it kind of dovetails in with our presentation today. And a lot of people will ask, if I'm going to go see an overall customer, and let's say this is my page that I have here for my overall personal page. If I create a business page and I'm going to be selling this as an overall reseller, I don't want to take an overall page that I have for a specific business that I've got. I don't want to take my page and post up a new cover photo and maybe a new business page to that and screw up if I've got a personal brand. Maybe I'm a social media expert, maybe I am a speaker, maybe I'm somebody and social media that I'm wanting to go talk to my clients, but I'm not wanting to push up their design to a review website. Oftentimes if you try to email individual documents, they're not able to read them, they don't have the right version of software, and it's very cumbersome. So the easiest way for most individual clients to go to is to basically give them a URL that you can send them to that's a live URL to be able to show them the live example live within Facebook. And how you accomplish this is in our overall design section. Our very first item here called set up a page is where you can actually accomplish that. A lot of people, when they actually go into our application for the very first time, they already have, in many cases, a business page or a tab already set up. So in those individual cases, most businesses end up skipping this overall step. But what I'm promoting and what I'm suggesting in this particular webinar today is that you utilize this set up a page that you've got to be able to set up an account within Facebook that's a valid account, but you're using that account to basically post up different types of designs, different types of pages, different things to show clients. And I'm going to show you some examples of that today. Let's go, and I'm going to show you an example for this webinar today. Let's go into ABC Company. If I go ahead and click on my personal profile and I go up to different pages as an example for this demo, car company, ABC Company. These are profiles within Facebook that I've set up to be able to show demos and pages to individual companies. Let's click on ABC Company as an example. When I click on ABC Company, and again, I set up this ABC Company that I've got from my side through this set up a page feature, which if I click on this set up a page is going to ask me information. What type of page is it? And I'm going to have to go back to continue as Ted Robbins as my personal page so I can tie it to that. But it's going to basically ask me from my side, and let's actually go to this, then we'll actually reset the other page back to ABC Company. But if I go to here, it's going to ask me again what type of company I am. Am I a motivational speaker, or one of the different types of businesses that I suggested to you earlier that you can actually go onto your overall page and you can pick one of those. You can pick the overall options of again your business profile, and that's really how Facebook will actually toggle specific pieces of information. There was a question that came up the other day through one of our overall sessions where someone was asking, how do I get a Yelp and I get another section in my About section? Facebook will oftentimes, depending upon which company that you set up, is it under a specific product or is it under a business? But what they're able to do is they're actually able to show a couple additional links in their help section. Well, that was basically tagged during this process when they set up their type of company. Facebook said, let's allow these types of companies to do X. So that's, again, further definition from Facebook on how they're wanting you to set up your business. Because this also ties into check-ins with Facebook. If you use check-ins that you've got where you actually go check into a business. So if I'm a brick and mortar business and I actually have a location, which would be here in this very first section, Facebook uses that definition of information to be able to know, the amount of people, foot traffic, where you're at. You can notify people when you check into individual places. And again, it's really important on this first stage to define that. But if I go back to again, I went to setup page. If I go back to ABC Company, and again, I changed the profile, so I want to make sure this is working properly. So let me go back to my main profile, and then I'm going to go back into ABC Company here for you. Okay, so if I come back in here that I've got and go back into ABC Company, what you're going to find when we go here is you're going to find in the photograph section, you're going to see different types of individual photographs, different types of links that you could put in here that you've got. Like if I go over here to photos as an example, you're going to be able to notice that this ABC Company, that this actually has a valid link and an ID up on top that you've got, to where when I finish posting up a page through our Total Social Media application, you can actually utilize this individual page to give to somebody, and that's that live link. So if I basically copied at the top of the page here this individual link and send it to somebody, they could go look at this page and I could test. So here's an individual company, like with Dr. Phil. There was a page for Dr. Phil that was here. There were some other individual test pages that are on here. There's another network cover photo that was here. Here's another cover photo from a company called Send Out Cards. And all these are individual cards where I can basically change those out on my main cover photo by going back to my main page and changing that look and feel, so I can actually prep for a flower shop. If I'm going to go sell to a flower shop, I can take their logo, take some similar designs from another company, and I can come in here and actually change this page for them for the overall demo. Then once I'm finished with the overall demo, my hope is to get them to basically sign up for the overall product, and then I can use our share feature without me being an admin of their page to basically send them this cover photo and to send them the overall tab. But if you come in here that you've got, and I basically want to choose from my photos, when I want to change my cover photo, I can basically click to change my cover photo. And I can come in here that I've got, and let's make it this one here from Dr. Phil as an example. So now I basically have taken this cover photo that I've got, and it was for another company called Send Out Cards, and now basically I've changed it to a Dr. Phil cover. And then I could basically come down here to the overall page. Now if I, with our application, if I come down here, and you can see there's no more tabs down below here, but if I go to the Send Out Cards tab, which I can name this whatever I want, I can basically prep an overall flower shop, or again that business that I'm going and prepping to. I can actually push this page to them live. And again, this is going to be really crucial during that sales process, because instead of sending them just a document and working through hand puppets that you've got on you being able to go out and to be able to change information on your page and say imagine this or imagine that, you can physically go in and change it live for them. And again, I apologize for my internet connection here. The page will be coming up here in just a second here. And what I can also do is come in here, if I wanted the Dr. Phil page, let's say I'm going to come into a welcome tab that I've got. Let me come over here to a welcome tab that I've got. Let me show you how I'm going to basically prep through this design process and how I'm going to prep this ABC Company page that I've got over here, which is actually my demo page. If I come over here as an example, and let me go down through a few pages here. And you can see I'm basically toggling through here on the custom save library, which is another great feature to be able to save individual designs of things that I'm doing and individual pages that I'm going to. I can basically come through these individual designs and utilize these designs from my side to also use them for other clients. So as I'm prepping this demo for this other client, I can go through this individual library and I can sample individual designs that I might want to go to from my side, use a similar design for another specific client that I've got, and again, it can be a very, very, very valuable resource to basically come into this overall page and to utilize a lot of these existing templates that are here. So let's say here's this page here for Dr. Phil. Let's go ahead and bring this page up here. Now, when I take this overall tab here that I've got, and let's say I got this tab I basically want to switch out with that ABC Company, I can come in here from my side that I've got and I can say Publish Tab. This is where the magic happens. With our application, you can basically publish as many individual business pages that you're administrator of that you have, or use our share feature to send to another person on our network. But this is where I can basically post this up to ABC Company. Now it's very important that if you try to click on another link here, you'll find that that won't work. If you're going to take one of our overall designs, it's very important here that you make a copy of it before you attach it to a specific company, because that's how it stays unique to that specific company. A lot of people think once you finish an overall design, if I want to basically click and now post it up to Battle of Columbia or demo page, that you can utilize this same page that's already tied to ABC Company. I can utilize that, and they wonder why this won't work here on the screen. It doesn't work that way. The way it works on the overall screen is you basically come in here and you can create a copy of the overall page on the previous screen, and then it will basically have nobody assigned to it. You can assign whichever page that you want and then go from there. So that's a very important piece to know when you're trying to take a design and use maybe on a different demo page how that works specifically. Now if I come over here to publish my custom tab that I've got, I'm going to go ahead and publish that to that ABC Company page that I was showing you earlier. And again, this could have been anything. It could have been a flower shop. I could have pulled it up. I could have pushed an overall page that I designed for somebody else, but I could have changed their logo out. And so that's how I can really leverage the existing designs and things when I'm going out to specific businesses. If I've done a really great design for a flower shop, you can change up some of the colors and some of the information on there and go in and help pitch to another flower shop, but change out a few of the individual graphics, change up some of the text, but I don't have to start completely over from scratch. So it's a really, really great way to be able to, again, utilize this whole entire saving feature and the overall library to save your overall designs, and to be able to go in and to utilize it as a really good mechanism. And just a second here, it's going to basically pop up for me that I've got on this save feature, and I've just got to press another button here to publish this, just making sure I want to publish it to that page. Now what happens if I take an existing design like on this ABC Company and I'm under the Welcome tab and I try to push that same design to that same page? You have to remember that you're going to overwrite if you've created in that category of design. If I happen to be in the welcome category and not the coupon category, if I already have a welcome page up that is 810 pixels wide, it's going to basically overwrite that 110. But if I have a 520 if I have a 520 megapixel, not megapixel, pixel ratio cover photo up, it's not going to override that. So the golden rule is I'm able to post one 520 and one 810 wide pixel per individual category. So if you look down here in the design section, I'm able to post up one 520 and one 810 express tab, one 520 and one 810 welcome tab, one 520 and 810 shopping tab, and so on and so on down through. So it's very important for you to realize what's going to overwrite what. So if I go in and I'm wanting to show for a flower company and I'm wanting to do this design, but I'm wanting to change for them and I'm wanting to put up something on a specific product, there's nothing to limit me. I can put up a coupon tab for them, something that talks about a special that's coming up for them. And just because these tabs say shopping tabs or contact us tabs, I can name them whatever I want. So when I basically come back to this page, that I got from my side, you can basically come into these overall pages. I can change them out and edit them to whatever I want. Like I can come in here to send out cards as an example. Let me go back here. I can come back here and basically, if I press this button here to the right hand side, I can edit the name of this. So instead of send out cards, I can basically edit the settings here and call it whatever I want. I can call it Joe's Flowers, and I can basically save it from that side that I've got. So this is how really I can change this and prep this overall call for this overall end user. And I can take individual pages, and again I can post and repost to individual sections, and then I can do the same thing for another page. So if I have another page or another profile I want, I can basically go to say this one called Ted Robbins that I've got here. I can go to this page called Ted Robbins and I can post a whole nother design to that individual page. So I can basically add up a cover photo and do some different things that I've got here for this overall business page in this individual demo account. So again, this was set up as like a community page for the stuff, but again, there's lots of different things that I can do from my side to set up multiple accounts that are actually live accounts that I can go into and be active on and show how the Post and Leap works. I can show how different cover photos look, show the different links and the different styles for the overall pages, but it won't be possible in most applications unless they have features like what we do here at Total Social Media, where you can physically come in here that you've got, and I can take and publish again to multiple locations. Like I can again cover and publish to ABC Company and all these different companies that I'm administering that I got from my side. I can go to TED Talk, Travel Company, all these individual companies here. I can come into these overall companies, can set those up as individual pages, and give a really good demo for somebody. Having said that, that's really the end of our presentation today of, again, how you can basically prep individual pictures. You can do the same thing for cover photos. I can basically just send them and publish them to that page. And again, once I'm on the overall page, I can swap out that cover photo. But it ends up being a really, really good demo that I've got because I'm actually utilizing a real live Facebook URL on a live account. And again, being able to take people into that account, show them how that account works, and actually building out a good demo account that you've got where you can actually show demos and it's active is very, very, very important.